This is Simon Wolstencroft.
Hi Paul, it's great to meet you.
Yeah,
Thanks
nice
for
to meet
inviting
you.
me on your podcast.
Yeah, you're welcome, yeah. So, you mentioned before about Berlin.
Yeah, I've just been to Berlin last weekend for a city break. I've
Yeah.
not been for many years, since I was in the fall. I met a guy called Marr, who's from Manchester, and he moved over there in the late 70s, and basically he started a record shop, and he'd done this film about Berlin and the wall coming down and the music that was going on before that.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, called, no, what is it called? It's called B-Movie, Lost and Found. Lost and Found. Fantastic. You should show that on the anniversary of the wall coming down, which is quite recently.
Yeah.
So I went over there, but yeah, it was a punk, it was into punk music. He put New Order on in the fall, and Nick Cave. It's a very interesting film. So yeah, I just want to mention that first. About the punks, I was also a punk.
Yeah.
We started off at Altering Grammar.
Yeah.
And Ian Brown and John Squire from the Roses were in my class.
Yeah.
Immediately saw Ian and thought he looked really interesting.
Yeah.
I hung out with him, and we did, and we started a punk band called Patrol.
Yeah.
I've got some tapes of them, but they're very, very rough.
Have you still got tapes of them?
Yeah, we used to play little places like the Portland Bars under the what is now the Mercure Hotel, formerly the Piccadilly Hotel.
Yeah.
Supporting a band called 17, whose singer is Mike Peters, who became The Alarm.
Oh, right, yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
We played at Dunham Massey Village Women's Institute Club.
Yeah.
In the country in Cheshire, from Altrincham, so
yeah.
It's around there.
Yeah.
That was our beginnings, all of us, the three of us.
Yeah.
And we're all doing different things now, of course.
Yeah.
But that's what I want to say about the trip to Berlin.
that was really big. Why don't you forget that when the Berlin Wall came down?
It was massive. Yeah. Also the Tiananmen Square thing that happened. Because I was watching CNN, with the fall in a hotel.
Yeah.
In those years, late 80s. And all these events were unfolding, live on TV. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But the Berlin Wall, of course, was another one.
Yeah.
But the fall, love going to Germany.
Yeah.
They're very popular.
Yeah.
We played all over, and I do love Germany. I really do. Yeah.
How long you were in the fall for about 13 years, weren't you?
I was in 11 years in total.
Yeah.
I started off after the patrol. I started I didn't start it. Johnny Marr did a band called Freak Party with Andy Rourke, who incidentally, there's a big mural up in town now.
Yeah.
And at the back of it's the Wheat Chief pub off Tip Street.
Yeah.
Andy playing his bass. Great picture.
You went down with Tintin, didn't you?
They had a big party for him.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see loads of people down.
Was it a big turnout for that?
Yeah, it was a big turnout.
Yeah.
Loads of people. I saw people up for the first time in years.
Yeah.
So I had my hood up because it was snow.
Yeah, it is.
Hello, Peter. Yeah, I know that voice. I can recognise that anywhere. Anyway, there's a few people there, friends from the biz, which is nice. And Andy really, really deserves that.
Yeah.
Manchester, they use music as to fly the flag of Manchester, football and music.
Yeah.
And Andy was massively involved in that, in the Smiths, of course. With his unique bass sound that he had. It was bands are all about chemistry.
Yeah.
And what works. That drummer might not work, that guitarist might not work, but Andy was just perfect for him. Without him, they wouldn't have been who they are.
Yeah.
Same with Rennie from Stone Roses on drums. If it had not been for his drumming ability, it might not have been the same. It might not have been as successful. I don't think.
You were in the Smiths at first, were you?
I was, but I didn't want to be. So I said, I'll do this one recording session for you in Ancoats, Decibel Studios. This is 1981, going into 82. And Morris is there, John is there, we got the guy to open up for us because the boss was away working in Paris, Philly, so it didn't cost us anything. If Andy Rourke had been there, which he wasn't, another guy who was the engineer at the studio played bass, who knows, I might have joined Paul, because he might have put a little bit of funk in it for me, you know, just a little crumb, for me to sort of get onto, you know.
Yeah. That was your nickname, Funky Simon.
It still is.
Yeah.
Rob Gretton gave me that moniker. We used to go to the Hacienda when it first opened, of course.
Yeah.
82, and with Johnny and that and Andy, and it was Rob Gretton who named me Funky Simon. Was it? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Do you know who recommended me asked you to do a video? A guy called Nick Carroll who worked at Corbieres.
Oh, well, yes, we played there. It was in a band called The Weeds.
Yeah.
3-piece garage band, then 4-piece later on.
Yeah.
Did one single.
The Weeds, was it?
It was Andrew Berry, the singer of The Weeds, was the hairdresser to the stars. Yeah. Back in the day. Yeah. He did Morrison, he did, you know, Bernard Sumner, and Johnny and everybody. And he said, I'd just come out of a little, very short period with Terry Hall from the Colourfield. Yeah. And a band called the Colourfield. Yeah, I know Craig Gannon. Do you?
Yeah,
I'm talking about Craig. It was what a top lad he is.
Yeah.
And actually, that's where I first met Craig. And Johnny asked me, Johnny Marr, have you got Craig's number when they went to America, the Smiths, to beef up the sound? Yeah. So I gave him the number, you know, and he did beef up the sound. A great guitarist. Yeah. And a lovely lad, you know. Have you seen him?
I've not seen him for a few years. I saw his brother Kirk last year at G Festival. But do you know how he started out? He was a YTS bricky, and then he saw an advert, established banding guitarist.
Yeah, who was it?
That's the camera.
Oh, was it?
That's how he started.
Where did he see this? In Salford, where he's from?
So he lived near the Inn of Good Hope. That's where we grew up. Like, I think on Lancaster Road.
Was it in the NME or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, they were the days, Paul. Yeah. You know, I used to look through it, and I did answer a couple of wanted ads for drummers. Yeah. One of them was a band called Airborne. This is about the year, God, I don't know, there's been so many bands. Yeah. Been with for 5 minutes.
You were in a Monster, weren't you?
Yeah, I went on a tour with them, of France.
Yeah.
I loved doing that. And I think they're doing more music, I Monster, from Sheffield, aren't they?
Is that where they're from?
Yeah, Dean, who's the boss on I Monster.
Yeah.
He's a very, very talented guy. He co-wrote, produced Walk Like a Panther, which was a sort of one-off hit single. I can't remember who did it now. Yeah. But a big star from the 60s. Yeah. Sang on it.
I discovered then there's an Australian gangster series.
Okay.
And, I can't remember what it's called now, but still recording it. Yeah, and they use one of their track, maybe the children.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they use that track in
Daydream in Blue?
No, but I didn't realise that was them on here.
Oh, I wonder what track it was.
Maybe These Are Our Children, I think it is.
Oh yeah.
So I used Shazam and then I thought, God, this album's amazing.
Right, oh yeah, well, he says very talented then. Yeah. And it's a shame because they brought a second album out and they got one of their music, what was it called, Hey Mrs, on the Renault track, European TV advert for Renault. They used that and they brought the second album out and I don't know, it didn't obviously go bigger, it just kind of, went sideways.
Do you know what fascinates me is that how big Manchester bands are around the world. And when I was reading your book, I didn't realise how big the Fall were in like night spots, Germany and then places in America.
Yeah, to places you'd never think about. Anywhere you could get John Peel radio station, I guess. Yeah.
Why would Americans listen to that?
Well, on World Service or whatever. Yeah, sure. Well, I would have thought so. Yeah. They've been going a while, haven't they, the BBC? Yeah. So probably make it work. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, the book, before I forget, I just wanted to show the book.
Yeah.
It's You Can Drum But You Can't Hide. That's a Stanley Chow image of
Oh, is that Stanley Chow?
It
Yeah.
is Stanley,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
old Red.
Yeah.
When he was in Altrincham and was at school, that's where we first met him.
Oh, was he in your school as well, Stanley Chow?
He wasn't in our school, but he was at his mother's, they had a fish and chip shop there,
Yeah.
the Chows,
Yeah.
in Alton near the market.
Chow's Chippy.
Chow's Chippy.
Yeah.
Although there was a Chow's Chippy in Timperley now where Ian lived.
Yeah.
He used to get his dinner when we went to South Trafford College.
Yeah.
Where we started the band, really. Well, we started it at school at my mum and dad's house.
What was the Hacienda like in the early days?
It was great. I preferred it when it wasn't just all rave, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I like dance music a lot.
Yeah.
And but in the early days, it seemed to be more indie. There was nobody there, as everybody knows, and it was cold.
Yeah, people say that, yeah.
But I loved hanging out there, and there was a girl called Tracy Connolly.
Yeah.
Hi, Tracy.
Yeah.
Who worked for Factory Records, and I used to go and after I was an apprentice as a chef briefly for the council at County Hall.
Yeah.
I used to pick her up every night and take her home back to her mum's, you know, down in the south where I live near Alton.
I forgot you were a chef. That means I've had Jeff the chef.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
You'll get 30,000 views now. It's the chef
I've
doing
got
it.
a nice recipe. We'll do that on our next tour.
Yeah. Tintin said to ask you about you're going to have some Mad Marky Smith sort of stories.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was great, Mark. I loved him, and he loved me. And for the reason it lasted 11 years is because of that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure of it. Although the first 6 years were a lot easier when he was married to Brix Start Smith, she's called now.
Yeah.
The American girl from Chicago.
Yeah.
She made it very easy for me. The band had been going since 76, 77, and it was kind of, I joined the band at a great time.
Yeah.
The glory years, as Mark himself said, after we got dumped off Phonogram Records in the early 90s.
Yeah, I was watching you were on that New Big Prince, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
That's one of my favourite performances.
Yes, that was a good track, that.
Yeah.
And interestingly, Chanel, the fashion house, I don't know whether you know, they came to Manchester about a year ago, this time last year, did a massive show, you know, catwalk in the Northern Quarter.
Yeah.
And they used, they used Big New Prince as the music.
Is that what he used?
So I went down, never got an invite. Went down, but it was like a fortress, you know, like a 30-foot, like, you know, at Glastonbury, the massive fences they put up.
Yeah.
It's like that around the Northern Quarter, just full of limousines.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And I couldn't see anything basically. But yeah, that was a great song. But going back to Mark's stories, it was dead cool. I've been in the Weeds and we played supporting the Fall.
Yeah.
And I was playing in London. We were in a Salford van hire, the Weeds, and I was on my own outside the back after we finished, and I seen Mark coming to me. And I never talked to him before. And I knew he was a bit tricky, you know, to shout at people and whatnot. But he just said, "It's all right if I get in, Cock," you know. Knocked on the window and yeah, get in. "Listen, Cock, I'd like you to join the band. What do you think about that?" I said, "Wow, you know, brilliant, yeah. I'll have to check with the others though, you know, tell them. And you'll have to give me a contract.
Yeah.
You know, so make sure I'm earning the same money as an apprentice chef." He said, "Yes, no problem. I'll do it now, the contract." And he had an Embassy, do you remember Embassy cigarettes, the little ones? We both used to smoke Embassy. And Ian Brown, actually. But anyway, he ripped it apart, the cig packet, and contract Simon Wolstencroft to earn £150 a week or whatever.
Yeah.
For the next 6 months, because I stipulated it's got to be for 6 months, the contract. See if I liked it. And of course I did like it.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, brilliant. It was, you know, a dream come true, really.
Yeah.
So I turned the Smiths down. I thought, shit, what have I done, you know?
Is that because you didn't like Morrissey's voice?
I didn't really like him.
Yeah.
Although I did see him a couple of, well, it was about 3 years ago now in Alton, Morrissey. and I went up to him outside Smith's in W8 Smith's.
Outside Smith's?
Yeah, I joined the Smiths anyway. But I said, "Hi, how are you doing?" And he was really frightened. I thought I was going to, knock him out.
Did he recognise your voice straight away?
No, but not straight away. It took about 3 seconds, but it's the longest 3 seconds I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
He went, "Oh, hello. How's Mark?" He started talking about Mark E. Smith straight away. "How was the funeral? I heard it kicked off." And I said, "Yeah, well, it was a bit of beer being thrown, beer bottles thrown."
Beer bottles thrown?
Yeah, with girls, exes and whatnot. But I thought that was really nice that he remembered me.
Yeah.
With my association with the fall.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. And we chatted for 10 minutes. And I could see his mate or his mind or whatever hanging about. So listen, I'll let you go now. But I did like him on the day of the recording session. Because he wouldn't look at me in the face, Paul.
Yeah.
He's a grown man. And he came in with a carrier bag, and Johnny said, "Yeah, there's this guy, Stephen Patrick Morrissey. If you won't join the Smiths, just please do this session for us." I'm like, "Oh, all right, It's freezing, and ankles." So that's the way home watching telly. And and Andy Rourke wasn't there, as I say. So there was no funk in it. He was singing about the Moore's murders.
Yeah.
And I was into jazz funk by then, I really was.
Yeah.
British jazz funk in particular.
It was really big in Manchester, wasn't it? Jazz
yeah,
funk and...
Incognito and Freed and bands like Beggar and Co.
Yeah.
I loved all that,
Yeah.
I think all the best drummers are black, generally.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Well, in my case,
I tell you what's coming up on a couple of videos that I've done recently is how influential Donald was.
Who?
Donald from the Circle.
Oh, God, I saw him the other night.
Did you?
Yeah, we went to to celebrate Andy's mural, Andy Rourke.
Yeah.
As I told you, I've not told you this, have I? On the side of the Wheatsheaf pub.
Yeah.
Off Tib Street there.
Yeah.
Donald was there too, yeah.
Yeah. His brother was in Sad Cafe. Was it Sad Cafe his brother was in? Daydream Believer. Sweet Believer.
What's he called?
Marr. It begins with them. Morris, is it?
Morris, is it Morris?
I'll Google it after.
We'll have to Google it now. How quick are you?
I'd have to turn my
Alright,
camera
definitely. Yes, he was. Yeah, top drummer. I learnt a lot off Donald.
Yeah.
Saw a certain ratio a lot of times.
Yeah.
I just loved his discipline, funk.
Yeah.
Not that complicated, really, but just holding the beat down. On the one. And that's always stuck with me. Probably from watching him, playing the first kick drum on the count of one.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Like that.
Yeah. The Fall, they were around forever, weren't they? But when you were in, you had a couple of top 40 hits, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. And I wrote one of them.
Did you write one of them?
Yeah.
Oh, did you write? Yeah.
The highest chart when the charts were the charts.
Yeah.
Now there's a million charts.
Yeah. It was like the Football League when I thought the charts.
Yeah. Well, it used to be run by a company called Gallup, and then after them, Music Week. So Top of the Pops, which I didn't appear with the Fall, but I did with Ian Brown a couple of times.
Yeah.
It was only one chart. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
There's no dance chart, EDM chart, this chart, that chart.
Yeah.
It's just one chart, and that was it, and that was the one you saw on Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
Which I'm really glad I managed to go on. It was another dream for me to perform, because that's how I learned how to play, just watching other drummers.
Yeah.
Whether it's 10cc or Sweet.
Yeah.
They're a massive band who I loved, Sweet.
Yeah.
I did have pictures of them, on my wall.
Yeah.
As opposed to Slade. Or Dave Bowie, who I love, but it was Sweet for me in that early 73, 72, 73, 74.
I think Slade was one of the first singles I bought as a kid.
Which one, do you know?
We Bring the House Down.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Hey, he's a nice lad. Don Powell, the drummer. I've met him a couple of times at the book festival they had. It's just been this year.
Yeah, I went to
The Land and
Words.
Words. Land and Words.
Yeah, you should do it next year.
I've done it already when my
Oh,
book came
yeah,
out, but I'd like to go every year, but I was in Berlin.
Yeah.
But he was there in a lovely white linen suit at the bar, on his own with a pot of tea in the Palace, the Kimpton Clock Tower Hotel.
Yeah.
I kind of felt sorry for him, you know.
Yeah.
So I went, oh, what have I done, you know? Oh, I saw him. We had a great chat. He was telling me about the time he was in Slade. He was in a car crash in the mid-70s in America, and he lost his memory. He was in hospital for 6 months, and they had to get another drummer, who was actually later on became the Falls manager.
Yeah.
Not his brother, the bass player. Was it Frank? Frank Lee was our manager of the Fall.
Yeah.
For a bit. But Jim Lee on bass, it was his brother who ended up managing the Fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a character, you know,
Yeah.
like from the West Midlands music mafia, you know.
Yeah.
You know, Jeff Lynne and all that. He's a good artist, Jeff Lynne.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, hello. My sister was into them more than me.
Yeah.
I was really sweet, but years later, I really appreciate, you know, the string arrangements and his songwriting ability.
John Lennon said that they were like the next Beatles, didn't he? That they were closest.
I might even go and see him next time. I haven't seen him live, but I would, you know.
I think mine has anyway, music taste has got a bit softer as I've got older.
Yeah.
So you're more a bit elitist when you're younger.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to that. But then when you get old, it's like you appreciate pop songs, don't you?
Yeah, I love pop music.
Yeah.
I was talking about the Buzzcocks, what a great pop band they were,
Yeah.
weren't they?
Yeah.
Perfect, you know, 3-minute songs
Yeah.
about love or whatever,
Yeah.
but great melodies, great drums, bass, everything, you know.
Yeah.
Another export out of Manchester, really, around the world.
Yeah, it's when you think about, because a lot of people just look at Manchester in like 1989 and just Happy Mondays, you know, Happy Mondays, Stone Roses. People just look at that.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to Manchester, isn't there?
Yeah. Let's look at some of the girl singers. Diane Charlemagne.
Yeah. Yeah.
What great! I knew all about her, but I finally got to meet her. She was singing for Moby.
Did she sing for Moby as well?
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where I met her at Heathrow Airport. We're going to Japan or somewhere with Ian, I think that was.
Yeah.
And she was dead nice. And I ended up doing a remotely, but you know, years later, a song. Well, it's in your eyes.
Yeah.
Which is Diane Charlemagne.
Yeah.
And I'm on it, you know, so it took a long time.
Yeah.
But another little thing that I've done that I'm dead proud of doing.
Yeah, she's really cool. There's a band, you'll know, won't you, about 52nd Street?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
That's her, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're brilliant.
Yeah. I think Donald's brother was in that, wasn't he?
Oh, was it?
On bass. Derek, yeah.
Was it?
Sure it was, yeah.
There's a video of the Hacienda, it might be the first birthday party, and that 52nd Street chap, that really stands out for me on that.
On the posters that you see back now of the early
No, there's
days.
a video on YouTube.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check it.
Yeah, I'll send you a link and can't remember what track they're doing, but out of all the bands, because New Order's on it and ACR on it, but out of all the bands, they really stand out for me.
Right. Oh, they were really
52nd
good.
Street.
Yeah. I used to see a lot of great bands at Hacienda. That's what I mean. It seemed to me there was the live bands, and then the rave thing happened.
Yeah.
Didn't seem to be as many.
Yeah.
You know, cool bands.
Yeah.
I mean, Grandmaster Flash played at Hacienda.
Yeah. What's his name?
Another big influence, you know.
Yeah.
I loved them when it come out. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, rap.
Yeah, I did a video of Man Parish.
For them?
You know, Man Parish.
No, don't know him.
He did Boogie Down Bronx.
Right.
But I did a video of him. I love that old electros and rap, and would have loved to see Grandmaster Flash. Mantronics played there as well, didn't they?
Yeah, it's a great venue. The sound wasn't brilliant, especially if you're in the band.
Yeah.
Because the actual stage, the roof of the stage was dead lower than this.
Yeah.
Like in your house.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of, the acoustics weren't very good.
Yeah.
But the sound wasn't that bad. They did make it better later on. you know, by putting baffle boards and stuff, you know, on the ceiling.
I think house music transformed it or changed it, because that stage just became something to dance on, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
In the 88 onwards, didn't it?
Yeah, about that time.
Yeah.
Would you agree there was less bands in the early 90s?
Yeah.
Were there any bands?
I don't think there was any. The last gig I saw there was 10 City, and that was midweek.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go down there.
That was a really good gig, that. And I think after that it was just PAs, wasn't it? So they got,
okay.
Yeah, they might get. I remember like Sasha, he had a single, and Higher Ground, thinking that they had someone singing.
We used to spend a lot of time under this Hacienda stage in the hairdressing salon.
Yeah.
It was run by who we talked about just before, Andrew Berry.
Yeah.
Lead singer of the Weeds.
Yeah.
It was called Swing.
Yeah.
And in fact, I met my first wife in Mandy, because she used to come in on a Saturday to do the hair washing.
Yeah. Yeah, to mention that, a few people have mentioned Andrew Berry. I'm not sure if I've met him. My mate Reggie Redshaw used to, on Cavendish Road in Prestwich, he used to throw parties there that a lot of people went to, and there was a hairdresser, and then he had a barber's in Castlefield.
Oh,
I don't know if that was him.
Castlefield.
Near the White Lion.
No, but he did have a salon on Tip Street near the Bureau that I mentioned, called Vanilla Fudge.
Oh, right.
Which was upstairs above an electrical shop.
Yeah.
On Tip Street, and on the first day they opened, he had this big settee that he just got, and it was full of combustible, what do you call it? Foam.
Yeah.
Which had a bit of a doobie going, and it fell off the end. I didn't realise. Next thing I walked out, and all that big. It was terrible. He has forgiven me. He's moved to Sydney, Australia. He's got a successful salon out there.
Yeah.
In Sydney. He's got kids and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the other lad who was in the Weeds, Mike Arrojo, he went to, I think, New York, and was doing hair extensions and colouring.
Yeah.
That was his thing. Andrew was, the maestro.
Yeah.
Hello, Andrew, if you see this.
Yeah, he owes you a couch.
Yeah, we used to drive around in a Triumph Dolomite that I had.
Yeah.
A white one. We call it the White Chariot. And I'm looking for one actually, an old Dolomite, a white one.
Yeah.
Not a Dolomite Sprint. I think it was a 1500. But Pick Morrissey and Sandy Shaw up in it once for their gig at the Free Trade Hall. Morrissey got in, and he got in the front seat. She got in the back. She's a bit miserable there. My mum came to the gig. I was I playing with the Falls? I can't remember. But my mum went, I used to be a massive fan of yours. And she went, so what happened? Shot her down, my mum.
So she wasn't like, oh, you think she'd be nice, wouldn't you?
You would, wouldn't you? But no, she wasn't.
Yeah.
But my mum took it on the chin because she was from a mining town in Doncaster.
Yeah.
So,
She was ardent.
Yeah. So, my dad never come to the gigs. So we did once, Salford Maxwell Hall we played once, in about 88, I can't remember what year. But I just remember seeing him in the balcony like, oh, it's too loud. Yeah, he used to play we had a baby grand piano in the house. And he played it was alright, classical.
Yeah.
And we went on holiday, my mum and dad, and we had a big party there, I did, And Ian and Andy were there, and Johnny. This is when I was about 17, 18 maybe. And they got massive scratch down the piano. And it just got trashed. What a stupid me. I had too many drinks early on. I was just comatose while all this was going on. But they helped me clean it up, my mates.
Yeah.
And I've met a few of them since then. So I said, do you remember that? We helped you clean it up. Yeah. I mean, as soon as he walked in, he went, you've had a party, haven't you?
Yeah.
I got caught out there.
So just come into like half hour mark now. Try and keep them to around half hour.
Okay.
People have goldfish attention nowadays, don't they?
Yeah.
So if you do like an hour YouTube,
Too long.
Yeah, people.
Too long.
So I always try and end them with.
We'll do part 2 then.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We do part 2, 3. That's what's happening now. People are getting to the end and they're saying, "Oh, I only scratched the surface." So I'm gonna do part 2. Jeff's gonna get part 3 soon. Jeff the chef.
Right. Good. Okay.
I always try and end them with like.
Yeah, there's stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Pick a favourite track from the fall.
That I played on or that we actually wrote.
That you played on.
Mr. Pharmacist.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it annoys me because on YouTube, if you YouTube it, Mr. Pharmacist, there's a video and I'm not in it.
Yeah.
The other drummer is, who's just joined again, Carl Burns.
Yeah.
House of All.
Yeah.
So I don't know, somebody knocked it up, it must have been after the event from some old footage, but they got the wrong line up.
Yeah.
But I've got over it, you know.
Yeah. So I'll just stop recording now.
Alright.
Yeah.